Today I'm going to talk about why inflation is linked to QE. What is QE? QE is an initial of quantitative easing. We have to start off from a story of 37th President Richard Nixon. So he's a president from 1969 to 1974. What makes him famous? He ended the gold standard for many reasons. One, gold is more useful for many other reasons besides trade deal. Two, the amount of the gold is no longer able to support the trade deal because the trade deal got larger. And this gold standard back in time is 1 ounce of the gold equal 35 US dollars. Third, because of inflation, US wanted to break the deals. What happened if the US dollar keep going up and the other exchange rates were just stay down, and then US will have to give more gold to make the trade deal done. So it's kind of the trick the US government did. So that's the first time we break the trade deal from our end, not talking to anybody. There's no negotiation. We just say we're going to end the gold standard, and then we just did it. The second time that we break the deal is the Plaza Accord. I also mentioned about it in the other videos. Basically what it does is to force the country that we have a high deficit to force them their money go up and US dollar drops. And who is the biggest country to hold the deficit back in time of Plaza Accord? Japan. And because of that, until now, Japanese trade market still didn't recover from the damage of the deal they make back in time. So you can see how bad it is to say yes to a trade deal. You never know what's going to happen in the future. And what's similar between President Trump and Richard Nixon? Both of them try to raise up the tax. So Richard Nixon actually raised 10% of all the goods that imported to US. And President Trump basically just played his personal rules. Let's see how much is a trade deal. If we import 1 million from your country, then we want to export 1 million to your country. That's basically a strategy of President Trump. But we all know that's not gonna happen, right? Because we buy a lot more stuff from China. So how that even gonna work? I don't think that is called the free trade. That is called we want to force the other country to make a deal with us. And I kind of disagree of what he did in a way. I think he could have talked to every leader of a country like privately and say, hey, let's make a deal. If we're not making the deals, then I'm gonna raise up the tax. But instead he just throw all the deals out to the news and basically punch peoples on the face and say, hey, you better come talk to me or else I'm gonna punch you more. Of course, what's the other leader of the country is gonna act? If they could fight back, they're gonna fight back. Back in time when I studied economy, my professor told me all the leader of every single country basically is a mafia boss. So we belong to a different group of the mafia boss. So what the mafia would did, if somebody tried to step to your territory, you want to kill them all. That's what happened. So that's back to the story. So this trade fight It's not fair and it's not right and it's already messing up